Hey friend, welcome back to Assisted Living Investing. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the basics of starting an assisted living business in 2024 and beyond. If you're interested in learning about those basics, make sure you stick around for today's video. Hey friend, I'm Gustafson. I own and operate 2 assisted living facilities, and I created assistedlivinginvesting.net to help people like you learn the ins and outs of investing in assisted living. Welcome to Assisted Living Investing. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the basics that you need to know about to start your assisted living business in 2024 and beyond. Before I get started though, I want to remind you to get over to the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. You can get access to our free underwriting calculator. It's going to help you out, and I have a lot of information in there to help you through the process. We also have a business plan checklist that I don't typically promote and things like this, but I think you're going to find that list to be super helpful. We'll link it down below. The URL for that is assistedlivinginvesting.net/BP checklist. And that's going to get you access to this great checklist. It's going to help you out through the process. We've got a lot of awesome resources over at the website, so make sure you get over there and see what we have. We have our accelerator course and our business planning guide as well. All of those things are going to help you out in your investment journey. So make sure you get over there. Now let's jump into it. What are the basics for starting your assisted living business? There are 4 things that I want to talk to you about as we get into this. Number 1 is going to be market research. So you need to figure out where it is exactly that you want to be doing. But there's a lot more that goes into this. I think when people think market research, they are thinking to themselves, okay, a geographic location, where do I want to go? And what does that look like? And so I want to kind of explain to you the process. And in our business planning guide and in the accelerator course, we actually have a bonus resource in there that is my market research guide. And I give you all of the market research that I've done. And I update this on an annual basis. So it's just an incredible resource. But what you're looking at here is, geographic location. You want to know where you're going, but you want to consider a few different things in that area. Politics is one. You want to be aware of that. As an example, I'm going to give you something that we've experienced with our facilities. We operate in Colorado and Idaho, and from a political standpoint, they are quite different. I would say Colorado is much more blue and left-leaning. Idaho is much more red and right-leaning. And what we found as we go through that is they just have a different vibe to them in the way, the different regulations that they have. And I know the pros and cons of each of those, and I don't want to get too deep into a political discussion in this, but it is something that you want to be aware of, that it will impact your business. The politics of a state, of a county, of a municipality, it will have an impact on your ability to run your business. And so you want to be aware of that, especially in the healthcare world. So that's something you want to take consideration of. Next is, where are people going to retire? And why this is important for you to look at when you do your market research is because where people go to retire, they are the population you actually want to be targeting right now, because their parents are the ones that are going into assisted living. So if you can find where retirement trends are going and put your business there, you're going to have a really good population of people that have your potential residents as their parents that they're really close to, and they are aging into assisted living. You've heard about the silver tsunami. It's real. And this is how you can kind of get in front of it and put yourself in a really good spot to have your beds full at your facility. Next is going to be taxation. That's another thing that I look at. So you want to look at income tax and what does that look like? And if you are in a heavily taxed location, then you might want to consider looking somewhere else. And so in my market research, what I will do is I kind of look at these larger metro areas, and then from there, I will start looking at some of the kind of sub-markets to those places. Bigger Pockets has some really great resources. I was watching a video on that earlier today where they were talking about some of these sub-niche markets, and it's a great resource for you. If you get my market research and you're like, okay, cool, this is the spot where I think we should be moving forward with our facility, and then you're like, oh man, houses are really expensive in this area. I've got some things in there that get you down to those sub niches and those sub markets and help you identify really good spots for you to be in. So if you think that would be helpful, I think it's worth buying the business planning guide just for that resource. It's really just an awesome resource. It's going to help you out, helping you know where you should be starting your own assisted living business. You want to do that market research to make sure you're comfortable with where you're at. Next is going to be getting in contact with the state health department. So what you need to do here is you're having conversations with them about, how do I get my license, and what license type do I need to have, and what does that process look like? What's the application? What types of inspections do I need to have? What does the reimbursement model look like? What are the fees to starting this? You want to have those conversations with the state. It can be a little bit difficult to find the right person. In my experience, it has taken me a little bit of time, a couple days to figure out, and mostly because I'm sending emails and waiting on people to try to figure out the right person. But once you find them, they're super helpful. They're more than happy to help you through the process. You're dealing with government websites, and they can be a little bit clunky. And so trying to find the right person, especially because this is like a deep dive into their websites, and it's not like the nice new one that they spend a lot of money on. This is one that was built 15 years ago and hasn't been updated since then. And so you're going to be navigating an old website. So it can take a while to find them. Once you do, though, great people are going to help you out through the process and help make sure that you are running a successful business, because the reason they're in healthcare is they want to help people. I was talking recently with the city of Colorado Springs about our home and some things that we are considering doing with that home. And it was really interesting to just like bring up some of these plans and conversations, and the amount of just love that they have for the people that we are serving. It was good to have that conversation with them, and I'm glad I was able to do that. With that said, I would say getting on a phone call with them is probably going to be your best bet. Having a conversation on the phone is always better than email, especially from an initial conversation standpoint. Helps really kind of release all of the tension that goes into it and all the miscommunication. Once you establish that relationship, I think maintaining that via email is totally fine, but I think it's really wise for you to start doing that over the phone. The next one's going to be the local city zoning and planning, or the local municipality, and talking to them. The reason why this is important is you need to make sure that the home is zoned correctly. And each municipality is going to have different rules and regulations that you need to follow to make sure that you can operate a home there and have it set. If you are doing something like a conversion where you're buying a house and you want to convert it into an assisted living, this is an absolutely key part of starting your residential assisted living business. Without doing this, you could get to the point where you bought the house, you started doing some renovations, and then you find out that it's not zoned correctly, and now you got to restart. And you don't want to do that. Have this conversation up front. It's something that I teach you in the Accelerator course. So make sure you're doing that, going out and just reaching out to them and figuring out which municipality is more friendly to you and getting started with your assisted living business. You also might find out that you need to rezone. And if that's the case, it's not a big deal. You just need to have a conversation with them and figure out what that rezoning process looks like. Sometimes it's just a form that you got to fill out, and sometimes it's you've got to go in front of the city council and put your business proposal out there, and it's got to be voted on and things like that. So you want to figure out what that process is like as well, because if it's a simple rezoning, then it's not a big deal. But if it's something that's bigger and much more involved and you've got to wait for votes and things like that, it just might not be worth it. And it would be better to go to the city next door to work with them. So it's something else that you want to look at as you're doing that market research. You want to be doing all of these things really in tandem, because they really do work together and help you get into the right spot as you're starting that assisted living business. And the next one is going to be contacting professionals. And so I would highly recommend that you are having conversations with an attorney, with lenders, with brokers. This is all going to help you out. The attorney is going to help you make sure that you have the correct legal structure in place. It's going to protect your business, protect your real estate, protect your personal assets, make sure everything is in place. I use KKOS lawyers. I really like them. There's another one, Clint Coons, who you might find online as well. I've never worked with him, but I really like what he has online. So those are a couple that I am aware of that could help you out through the process there of starting your assisted living business. So worth kind of looking into, but I wouldn't have the conversation with them until you're like really ready to go, because there's a cost associated with it. But talking with the attorneys is going to help put you in a right spot. Working with brokers are going to be able to help you find the right home and help you find the right spot and help you do the negotiations and just help you through the purchasing process. And my broker, he is one of my favorite people. I love working with him, and he has helped me out a ton. And somebody that I recommend to a lot of people when I get into one-on-one coaching situations, because he's just great and he helps out with a lot of different scenarios. And the other one is lenders. We talked about this in previous videos. We'll link those up above, but you want to work with lenders and start having conversations, because you're going to need to talk to 10, 20, 30 different lenders before you find one that's going to say yes. And it's okay that they say no. It doesn't mean that everybody else is going to say no to you, but you just need to kind of keep that in mind, that you need to consistently have those conversations and build those relationships, because they might say no this time, but on the next one, you've bought another facility, you have another home or two running, and they're more than happy to work with you because you've maintained a good relationship with them and you've shown your creditworthiness and your business acumen. Those types of things go a long way. And so building relationships with lenders is going to help you out in the long run, and also as you're trying to get everything up and running with your assisted living business. Does residential assisted living sound interesting to you, but you don't know how to get started? At assistedlivinginvesting.net, we are here to help you through the process from start to finish. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for kind of being here with me and learning about these basics of starting your own residential assisted living business. You can do it, I promise. And assistedlivinginvesting.net is here to help you out through the process. Get over to the website, download the free underwriting calculator, get that business plan checklist, BP checklist is the URL there at the end of assistedlivinginvesting.net. We'll link both of those down below so you can get access to them very easily. You can also get the Accelerator course or the business planning guide. All of those things are going to help you out on your investment journey. It's what I'm here for, to go through that process. And if you feel like you need some one-on-one coaching, sign up for our mentorship and we can have a free discovery call and have that conversation there as well. I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get notified next time we go live and next time we put out new content on the channel, so that you can stay up to date on the most current information that's going to help you out on your investment journey. And remember, it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. Just keep going step by step by step. I promise you that if you do, you're going to be successful. Just be consistent and you're going to have success. Thanks for watching and have a great day.